Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. Gusty winds and low relative humidity will bring critical fire weather conditions to parts of the Great Basin, interior Northwest, and the Rockies. Red flag warnings have been issued. Now, while there's still some uncertainty in what impacts may occur to the U.S. East Coast next week, the risk of dangerous surf and rip currents across the western Atlantic Basin continues. Closer to home, dry conditions. Deep monsoon moisture returns tomorrow and Saturday with increased rain and storm chances through the weekend. An elevated threat for localized flash flooding could occur. High temperatures remain in the 90s through the work week into the weekend. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is roadblock information for Thursday, 14 August. Highway 70, Highway 54, Highway 380, Las Cruces Gate, El Paso Gate, and Nike Avenue will remain open.
Forms and guidance are now available for New Mexicans seeking compensation with the recent extension and expansion of the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. The extended and expanded RECA is set to provide compensation for people who worked in uranium mines between 1972 and 1990 for the first time ever. People who lived downwind of the Trinity test in New Mexico will also receive compensation for the first time ever. This applies to their families as well. The following claim forms are available: downwinder claim form, uranium worker claim form, on-site participant claim form, Manhattan Project waste claim form. A bipartisan vote added the expanded version of RECA onto President Trump's tax cuts and spending bill. The president signed the bill with RECA attached into law back in July. The current version of RECA is set to expire in 2028. The water restrictions in Tularosa were lifted on Tuesday.
I'm glad it's all back. You know, the floods are the ones that affect it. So maybe we won't have any more for a little while. But we're good right now.
Tularosa Mayor Debbie Cooksey speaking with Crazy Radio. She also told us that a contingency plan is being implemented. Details can be heard on the full interview we've posted. She also told us about big changes coming to Veterans Park.
We will be having cameras in our Veterans Park starting next week. There's a big sign up there that says no alcohol. So if they're drinking alcohol, they're going to be charged. If they're fighting in that park, they're going to be charged. Anything that goes on in that park other than what's supposed to be going on in that park, they're going to be charged. No more Veterans Park for other people other than our kids and our families.
You can hear our conversation in full on the KALH Radio YouTube channel. The City of Alamogordo Utility Maintenance Division will be replacing 4 water valve clusters for a water line today between 7:30 and 3. This valve cluster replacement is expected to disrupt water service in the areas of Cottonwood Drive up to North Scenic Drive. This includes Basswood, Greasewood, Mosswood, Driftwood, Rosewood, and Teakwood Drives, as well as the surrounding areas. During this time, you may experience lower than normal water pressure, water discoloration, or a temporary disruption in service. Please use caution and adhere to all posted signage for the safety of drivers and crew. A town hall meeting with Representative Melanie Stansberry is taking place today from 12:30 to 2. This will include a Q&A session, and lunch will be provided. The Alamogordo Police Department presents a car seat safety check happening this Saturday from noon until 2 at Fire Station Number 7, 2010, Oregon. Certified technicians will check your car seat to be sure it's the right seat, the right way, and if not, replacements will be available. Child and seat must be present for replacements, and replacement fees may apply up to $35. Calling for vendors for the August 4th Friday, happening Friday, August 22nd at Washington Park. Plenty of spaces remain, so register as a food or craft vendor by visiting the City of Alamogordo Facebook page. And it looks like this time it won't be canceled. Well, today's Thursday. It's time for a Thursday Thought. Take it, Lauren.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. It was nice to get away from the busyness of life for a few days and get to the family reunion. Seems weird to think that we, my cousins and myself, are the older generation now, and some of the younger ones I did not even know. But it makes me kind of wonder if when those of us in our 60s now are dead and gone, if it will still be a family tradition or if it will go by the wayside, as the saying goes. But it is good to connect with family and to reminisce the old memories. But it seems it's the circle of life. Not many years ago, we were the young ones, and now we're the old ones, and makes me kind of wonder, and it doesn't seem like the years have gone by that fast in a way, Ned. In another way, it seems like, it's just not long ago we were the kids. But anyway, it was nice to get away, and it's nice to spend time with family because it is too short our days here on Earth, and I'm reminded of that because I have my dad's brother and my dad's cousin, and that would be the older ones in the family now, and they're upper 80s and, upper mid-80s, and they're not in good health, so their days on Earth are seriously going by the wayside, and so it's good to visit with them and talk to them, and it's always good to be with family. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, I do praise you and thank you for being able to spend time with family and having time with family, and yes, the years go quickly past, and it just seems that, not long ago we were the kids, now we're the older generation, and it's like, oh my, where did time go? But Father, I do hope that it will continue on in the years ahead, and the family will be as important as it is now and as it was when we were growing up, and that it'll be something that continues on. Amen. Until we meet up again on the internet, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
17-year-old Xavier Hernandez of Las Cruces was accused of shooting and killing two siblings back in June of 2024 while at an intersection, as you may recall. A jury found Hernandez not guilty for the shooting deaths of his siblings, 26-year-old Jonathan Pena and 23-year-old Jasenia Pena. As a result, the case will be dismissed and Hernandez released. A third sibling, a 15-year-old girl, was reportedly in the back seat during this shooting. Authorities confirmed she suffered only minor injuries after she was struck by flying shrapnel. Hernandez was also accused of one count of armed robbery, but that charge was also dismissed after the court determined the state did not present sufficient evidence. The trials began on Monday, lasted 3 days, ending with the acquittal yesterday. More now on the tragic single-vehicle crash in Vado that claimed the lives of 2 children and led to serious charges against the driver, who has been identified as the mother of 12-year-old Julia, who was killed. Julia succumbed to her injuries after the car she was riding in crashed through a pole and chain-link fence. Her mother, Cristina Escobedo Arriaga, is facing 2 counts of vehicular homicide. Other charges include driving while intoxicated, great bodily injury by a motor vehicle. Her 2007 purple Dodge Charger was driven off the roadway, claiming the lives of 2 kids, including her own child. The other child that died was Stephen, age 15. The relationship between Escobedo Arriaga and Stephen, as well as the surviving 15-year-old, has not been publicly released at this time. The third juvenile, who did survive, was taken to a hospital for treatment. Alcohol is believed to have been a contributing factor in the crash. She did admit to drinking. Escobedo Arriaga was treated for her injuries and then booked into the Donna Ana County Detention Center on Sunday evening, but she was then released from jail on her own recognizance. 5 teens and a 12-year-old are now facing charges for the murder of a homeless man in Albuquerque. Alexis Gayton Monroy, Xavier Demas, Felicia Nguyen, Santiana Martinez, and Christina Whiteface killed Frank Howard earlier this month. All these suspects are under 20 years old, the youngest being 12. The group was in a stolen car when they saw the victim walking, pulled over, chased him down, shot him in the back. This group is also connected to an attack on a pregnant woman and her family in Santa Fe, and that was on the same day. Gayton Monroy faced a judge yesterday. Prosecutors are pushing to keep him in jail until the trial. A state of emergency has been declared by New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham for areas across Rio Arriba County. That includes the city of Espanola and area pueblos, in response to a significant surge in violent crime, drug trafficking, and public safety threats. Police dispatches in Espanola and nearby areas have doubled in the last 2 years. This includes police calls to businesses quadrupling over that same time period. Up to $750,000 in emergency funding has been authorized to the State Department of Homeland Security of Emergency Management. This funding is to be used to coordinate response efforts and provide resources to the affected communities. The New Mexico National Guard says they have not been yet tasked a mission in relation to the emergency declaration in Rio Arriba. The declaration will remain in effect until deemed unnecessary. That decision was announced yesterday. Deputy Aaron Ordonez of the Grant County Sheriff's Office is facing charges after police say he claimed working overtime during a wildfire when he was actually at home. Ordonez is charged with receiving public money for services not rendered. Back in June, he was assigned to work overtime during the Trout Fire near Silver City. His supervisor tried to reach him and even showed up at his house, telling the deputy he was supposed to be working. Even though his supervisor saw him at home, Ordonez logged 11 hours of overtime, which is over $400. He'll be back in court next week. Gallup-McKinley County Schools are suing the federal government. The district says they're being wrongfully investigated for discriminatory hiring practices, and legal counsel that represents the district says they cannot figure out why. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission launched an investigation into the school district back in August of 2024, alleging that the district was discriminating against Native Americans. The charge was filed by then EEOC Commissioner Andrea Lucas, who has since been appointed by President Donald Trump as the chair of the commission. The charge alleged Gallup-McKinley County Schools were failing to interview or hire employees based on their race, specifically Native Americans. On August 8th, about a year after the charge was filed, the district filed a suit in federal court in response. An excerpt from the suit says that Commissioner Lucas filed the current charge of discrimination against a public school district in which the vast majority of students and employees are Native American, asserting broad and vague claims without any factual support of systemic discrimination toward Native Americans. Legal representatives for the district allege both the charge and investigation by the EEOC lack any sufficient factual basis. Andrew Sanchez is one of the attorneys representing the district, and he says he has no idea how the allegations in the charge are possible when the district staff is largely Native American. Sanchez spoke with KOAT.
I really don't know. I have no idea what motivated the commissioner who submitted the charge.
Sanchez has been asking the EEOC for any proof of the district's alleged wrongdoing, but said the commission will not hand it over until the investigation has been completed.
At that point, we determined that this is a fishing expedition at this point because they can't tell us anybody who's been wronged. We're not aware of anybody who's been wronged.
The commission is still within their legal right to investigate, and a federal judge is unlikely to stop the investigation. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, that just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
In volleyball, Chaparral and Ruidoso start their season on the 19th. Carrizozo and Tularosa on the 22nd. Cloudcroft and Alamogordo start on the 23rd. In football, Tularosa scrimmages today at Artesia. Wow! Go Wildcats! Mescalero starts the season next week on the 21st. Cloudcroft, Carrizozo, Ruidoso, and Alamogordo on the 22nd. Chaparral on the 23rd. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, partly cloudy tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the Basin, 95, low tonight of 72, high tomorrow, 93 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 20% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Partly cloudy tonight, partly sunny tomorrow with a 50% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 73, low tonight of 52, high tomorrow, 71 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org. And you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Thursday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.